So I just got back from my first day of training. I'm a little like dewy. Oh, look at that. Um, it was good. I didn't really we didn't do a lot of like actual like photography stuff. It was a lot of like learning like what they like how they want us to shoot and like why we do it that way and like how stuff works and like why we do that shit and all that stuff. But tomorrow we're actually shooting more, so that's exciting. And it's also we had to meet today at the Hollywood Studios cast parking, and I got lost, and I was like a minute late, but it was fine because they hadn't gone in yet. They were standing outside. It was fine. And then the next 2 days, we're still at the Imaging Center, which is not at Hollywood Studios, so we're just gonna meet there because most people drove anyway. So I don't have to worry about cast parking for another 2 days, so that's exciting. I'm pretty sure while I was gone, because we're getting new roommates tomorrow, today's Sunday, I'm pretty sure since we're getting new roommates today, people came and like cleaned because it smells like bleach in here, which is good because it needed to be cleaned. But they cleaned like everyone else's bathroom except for mine. So I'm a little upset. They also left like all the lights on. I don't like okay. There's also they left a trash can. I, I don't know why, but they did. I mean, whatever. I just need y'all to see how much stuff I have to have on me at work. So I don't have my vest on right now because I have to earn my vest so I get it when I'm done training. So pretend I'm wearing a vest also with like a million pockets. This is the harness I have to wear that like attaches to my camera. So like this comes off and these two hooks go on the camera. And then on my belt, I have a pouch to like keep extra batteries and like maps and stuff in it. Basically, this is a character attendant pouch that we're like allowed to use because we have way too much stuff and I realize we don't have enough room for it. And then on my back, I have rain gear that my last program I basically never brought with me because I was like, it's annoying to have on you. And also my last costume didn't have a belt, so I don't know how they expected us to like hold it. But now apparently if I don't have my rain gear, I get in trouble. Which makes sense. If my camera gets wet, it's gonna break, like whatever. But all of this is on like my belt and I feel like my pants are just falling down at any moment. And then also when I have the camera, it's hooked up on here, but then there's also a clip that goes on our pants pocket that has like our PDA that we use to scan stuff, and that's also really heavy and just has like a cord that I keep getting caught on stuff like chairs. So that's fun. So your girl is finally fully PhotoPass day trained. So my next shift is technically the park tour, but after that I have my first solo day, which I'm very excited. As you can tell, I have a lot of sunburn, and to celebrate me being day trained, I'm getting Chick-fil-A for the first time, so I'm very excited. Also, my throat kind of hurts because apparently there's a lot of allergy stuff right now in Florida, so I got a shake and I'm very excited. So I just went to Cast Connections, and I'll show you what I got when I get home. But now I'm at Walgreens to try to find allergy medication because I think that's why I'm dying. I can't stop coughing, and I looked at like the allergy thing, and apparently tree pollen right now is like peak high, which I don't understand. I didn't even know that happened here. Yep. So I just got back. Well, I got back a while ago, but I forgot to film this. So now I'm in pajamas looking like shit, but that's okay. So I got these Fantasmic pins from Mickey's Treasures. So they were only like a few dollars. And I'm pretty sure it's because like the wings go up like this, but like on one side, yeah, this one goes up like more than it should. Which isn't that big of a deal, especially because I'm probably gonna trade one or two of these away anyway. But I said Fantasmic. I don't even know if that's right. Fantasia? Fake Disney fan. Oh well. And then just from regular Cast Connections, I got this Peter Pan mug. Mostly because it had Smee on it. And Tiger Lily, and I thought it was cute. And then I was like, oh, Giant Captain Hook. Alright, I'm getting this. Cool beans. And this was like $5. This was $6. And then the 2 pins I think were like $6 together. So I spent $12, which is not that bad. Could have been worse. Ooh, and then let me show you a Walgreens haul because your girl's sick. So I got Claritin non-drowsy, which were like $20 because of the American healthcare system. And then also Impulse Buy because I felt like I deserved it. I got Krispy Kreme donuts because I forgot they had those down here. And yep, so those were today's purchases. I'm literally dying. I have like cough drops and I have multiple things of medicine just like chilling here. I have no idea if I have allergies or if I have a cold. I think now I'm getting to the point where I think it's a cold, so that's not great. I wanted to go to the parks today, but like tomorrow I have a 4-hour walking park tour. And then after that I start another full week of working by myself. So I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Parking is so limited right now in the Commons. Look where this person's parked, just like on the grass under a tree. Iconic. They're not gonna do this to me. No, they're fucking not.
When I rechecked him, he had muffled heart.
I'm stress eating peanut butter crackers. I literally almost just hit 2 gigantic fucking turkeys in the Commons parking lot. I would have got it on camera, but I was so freaking shocked that I literally almost hit a turkey with my car.
Dude, I'm gonna end up buying this shirt and I know it.
What is the back though?
It's that same thing.
Oh, it's a rainbow! There we go. Yay! There we go. Oh, there's some friends here! So today is my first day working by myself, and it's raining, and I think it's supposed to rain all day, and like during training we were told we have like rain locations, but like they're like in stores, so like if it's raining all day I literally have no idea what we're supposed to do. So all right, my steering wheel's just like in the way. That's fine. So I just got back from my first ever shift alone, and it was a time. So it was raining today, so all of our locations, we were in our rain locations, which is like just in a store, or like not in a store, but like on the outside, like under the awning of stores. So that was like the first 2 hours of everything. I then was placed at the front of the park at like the Mickey's, Sorcerer Mickey topiary thingy. Topiary is a hard word. I was there for like an hour and a half, and then I got like a thing to go back to CDS and get a new assignment, and then they put me right back there, so that was fun. I think it was because I'm technically not character trained and they wanted to put me with a character, but I can't. So then I went back to like tasking, which is like a thing that basically there's not a position for you, so you get like a 15-minute just random thing to do. So like we get things like fill up water bottles, which is just making sure all your fellow photographers have water and all that jazz. But some of them are just like roaming shifts, so they're called rovers. So basically it's just like there's one for like in front of Tower of Terror, there's one for just like in front of like the certain store, and I was basically a rover in front of Tower of Terror. Even though it's only 15-minute shifts, I was there for like 45 minutes to an hour at a time sometimes. So it comes like later in the day, and someone just opened their blinds to look at me. Their light was flickering. That was weird. My headlights are going right in their fucking thing. I'll turn it off. Now it's kind of dark. That's okay. Oh, so it gets like towards the end of my shift. And I didn't know this at the time, but it was basically like 5:20, 5:25. I got off at 6. And I was doing another like tasking shift. And like pretty much I was just like, I'm gonna go get water because I'm not really doing anything anyway. So I went like into a store to go get water, and they have like the CDS machine, which is just like what gives you tasks and stuff. I realize I'm using a bunch of terminology. I don't know if Joe gets it. Yeah, CDS machine is a computer that tells you what to do. That's about it. Yeah, so I go in there to like fill up my water bottle, and like one of the merch people comes in, and she like looks at me weird, and I'm just like, what up? But she like looks at me and she's just like, oh, like, do you have your name tag? And I was like, I don't have my name tag. And I was like, in my head, I was like, fuck, where's my name tag? On the outside, I was like, where is my name tag? So I lost my name tag on my first day of work. I have absolutely no idea where it was. So, and another girl who's like a photopass photographer came in and was like, yeah, I saw you like 30 minutes ago and you had it. And I was like, yeah, because we talked about like New York, so I know I had it. So I stay there and I call base, which is like, because it's like far away. Anytime you have an issue, you're supposed to call base. So I called base and I was like, hey, so it's Emily. I'm in like the Once Upon a Time store. I just got, like, someone just told me that I didn't have my name tag on, and I looked down and I didn't have my name tag on. So I guess I lost my name tag. And they were like, oh, and I was like, and like I was like, oh my god, they're gonna be so mad, like shit, like damn. And they were just like, oh, okay, we should have more here at base, so you can just come back and get one. And I was like, oh, okay, but like base is like 15 minutes away, so by the time I like walk there, I like actually checked what time it was, and it was like 5:35, you know, almost 5:40, and I get off at 6. So I like got there, and I'm like, at this point, I'm like, honestly, I was trying not to cry because I was like, I lost my fucking name tag. Like, shit. Who am I without my SUNY Oswego name tag and my Earning My Ears badge? So I go to the coordinator and I'm just like, hey, so I'm Emily. Because, like, clearly she wouldn't have known that because I didn't have a name tag on. And she was like, oh, okay, so I looked and we actually don't have any name tags here. They're going to be at costuming. And I was like, and like, again, costuming is not that far, but it was another like, maybe like 4 or 5 minutes. And I was like, okay. And I was just like, oh, and like my shift ends at 6. And she was just like, oh, never mind then. You can just hang out. And I was like, and she's like, yeah, you have all your stuff, right? Like, you have your camera and everything. And I was like, yeah. And she's just like, oh, you're good. You can just like start putting all your equipment away and just hang out. And I was like, all right. Again, try not to cry though, because I literally was a fucking mess. And so I literally, Joe just texted, what up? Lady Gaga has already won 2 Grammys. Shout out to Lady Gaga. So then I like I was going to say debrief. That's not the right word. I was going to put all my stuff away. I put all my stuff away. I was driving 2 of my coworkers home. And so I was like waiting for them. One girl comes and we're just like waiting in the break room for the other girl. And all of a sudden behind me, I hear, hey, Emily, lose something? And I was like, and she goes, and she picks up my name tag. I'd get it, but I put it in my bag so I don't freaking lose it again. So I actually got my name tag back. Oh my god. So I actually got my name tag back. So that was a solid, honestly, it was only like 30 minutes where I probably didn't have it. But literally, I guess what happened, I was asking her, I'm like, where did you find this? And she was like, well, I was at front entrance. And I was like, I definitely didn't lose it there because I haven't been there in like 3 hours. And she was like, no, I was coming back to base, like backstage, and I saw a custodial cast member, and she just happened to ask me if I knew an Emily from sunny Oswego. And I was like, oh my god. And literally, I have no idea how they it just so happened. This was not a PhotoPass photographer. It wasn't someone who knew me or knew her or knew that, there's no indication on my name tag that I'm a PhotoPass photographer. It just so happened that she asked her and she knew that I was from there. And so she knew it was mine. And I was like, oh my god, what are the odds? So that happened today. So that was fun.